back, everybody. This is the old man with Rise TCG Guilds. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the Kickstarter campaign and give a little bit of news and updates. We're glad that you're able to come back and join us. Tank's out today. He's going and hanging out with some friends, so I just wanted to do a quick run through. We did a recording of gameplay the other day and had some issues with some watermarking and things like that, just being novices, not knowing what we're doing around here. But what I wanted to do was go ahead and go over to the Rise TCG page and show some of the stuff that's going on over here because it's pretty awesome. And part of this video, I want to talk about ways to play Rise for free. And the other part of the video, just want to talk about some of the announcements and stretch goals, things like that they're going through. So we'll start with the announcements out here today, and it's a super fun Discord channel. If you're not familiar with where it's basically this little icon here. You've got the new iris art up on the Discord web page, and then right now they're running through some new announcements on cards that are coming out with the Kickstarter pledges. So, excuse me. First thing I want to talk about is go back up through the kind of the initial announcements that came out after Kickstarter. So right in here you had the early bird Kickstarter pledge. It's 2 cards. These 2 cards, you've got the the green clover, or lucky clover, that's right, and you have the level up. And this level up you'll see on a lot of the artwork that are on the packs for the sample collector packs that are out there right now that you might have seen on Whatnot streams, or I've seen people open them up on YouTube. But this is very iconic and beautiful artwork that's closely associated with the Rise game. That early bird timing is now over. It ended 72 hours after the beginning of the Kickstarter, so hopefully you were able to get in on that. The next thing we'll talk about here is the promo, the first promo card. They've been trying to do a lot of all of their Kickstarters, stretch goals, and promo cards, things like that. They're rolling out throughout the campaign, but it's not a giant like money grab. They're not looking for certain numbers. It's more about trying to get more people aware because the overall backer number and the overall funding goal that is achieved will basically lend credibility for Francois Bonarelli, for Dr. Screen Games, for Rise Trading Card Games, so that they're able to get the kind of the word out, and they're able to also get into retail and distribution. All of the funds after they do Kickstarter fulfillment are going to go back into the company here to be able to do things like print in other languages, to get into local game stores, and they're really focused on brick and mortar to try to build up the player base, to build up the collector base, and not necessarily get all the cards out into just a small group of hands. So anyways, so that's what you'll see when you get in here on this Discord. And the first one is the promo here, Ultimate Success, and that's going to be a fantastic card to add to the set. We've already got 10 cards in the stretch goals. There's some collaborations with other gaming IPs. There's some new cards as far as abilities that you won't see in the 306 cards in the base set, which is a massive base set. And all of these cards, I'll do some pictures and videos and whatnot and try to pin them to this video so you can just see the level of the quality of the cards. Gameplay is incredible. We do a lot with teaching on Discord, so if you see us on there, just grab us and we'll stop what we're doing and if we can and go through at least a couple of rounds with you so that you can see the sequences of the gameplay. Next thing I want to talk about here is the next update. So on the next update, they announced that within standard booster boxes, which I say is a bad name, it's more like player booster boxes because standard doesn't tell you everything that's coming in these. There's going to be 36 packs. Within these packs, you're going to have 2 to 3 hollows per pack. It's the same hollows that are in the collector booster box. The only difference is, one of the big differences is that in the collector booster box, that's where the gold cards are at. But as you see here on the screen, in the standard booster box or the player booster boxes, they're going to be having one of 50 serialized cards that have alternate foiling or hollow patterns, things like that. And these cards you're not going to be able to get anywhere else but in standard booster boxes. So based on the number of standard booster boxes that they sell, that will determine how many of these different cards that will be in this 1 of 100 options. So if they can sell a lot of booster boxes, then obviously every time you make one of these cards, they template it out, and obviously all of the graphic design and the layout, and then getting it to printers, and printers got to set up all the printers. So there's money associated with that. But the point is that more booster boxes is actually better, because there'll be more 1 of 100 cards. They will all be at 1 of 100, but the numbers of the designs will be determined, based on what they can do feasibly. But the most important goal is to make sure that they fulfill under promise and over deliver here, and that's what I expect. That's my experience as a customer. Like I said, I'm not on staff, so I'm not getting paid to do this. It's just trying to get the word out so people are informed. I really enjoy the game, and the staff and the community. It's been pretty awesome. So the next thing is they start talking a little bit more about some stretch goals here on the site, and then they drop a bomb, and now there's going to be 1 of 50 gold cards in the collector boxes. So basically they just keep stuffing in more things to basically help players, help collectors, and then of course investors will follow that, because they'll see the value that's associated. The quality is unmatched. I haven't seen anything like this ever. Then they went to the next stretch goal that was 750 people on Discord, and they crushed the Instagram target of 50 comments and 100 likes. Every time they do a stretch goal, it's pretty achievable within 1 day from what I've noticed, and so that keeps some excitement within the campaign, keeps people talking, and it's a slow grow. As I understand it, the Francois Vonarelli, the owner and the designer, doesn't really have any desire to mass print or overdo print runs. He's trying to grow with the demand signal from collectors and from players and things like that, and ultimately that ecosystem, even if it's a slow grow, will be healthy and last for a long time. This game has legs, in my opinion. So got a new summoner out. This summoner, Marrowflower, is really strong, and once you start to play the game, you'll recognize that his first skill there, where he can go through the deck and grab any card and play it, is going to lead to some incredible Johnny psychographic profile combinations, if you're familiar with Timmy, Johnny, Spike. Then they have the fruit card that they throw in there as well, and then they on to the next stretch goal attempt. And then so basically a lot of it is about increasing just Discord, getting the word out, bringing folks in, telling them about it. That's pretty much what it's all about. There hasn't been any kind of monetary targets per se. The monetary target's mostly important, like I said in the beginning, for social media influencers, real influencers out there, to see that this brand, this product is growing in a down market, and so that's how good it is. And also it's so that distributors, whether they're in Europe or in the United States, see that this game is going to be able to last in the long run, and so it's worth their while to start trying to get it into distribution. Okay, next thing to talk about here in the announcements is how to modify your Kickstarter pledges. And so that's really good, because a lot of folks are concerned about changing something within their Kickstarter pledge and then losing any add-ons that they currently have. And so this walks you through step by step with pictures on where to click, and so it's a really helpful announcement there. Then they put out the call yesterday for moving from 777 members, and you'll see a lot of this in Rise. You got 777. That's the divinity numbers. there's a lot of history, there's a lot of imagery, there's a lot of Easter eggs throughout this campaign. In the artwork, there's a lot of story. Francois is very connected, and like I said before, he's both the artist, the owner, or he's the artist, the owner, the game designer. He works logistics, he works leadership, and he's in there teaching, he's in there communicating, cracking jokes, making little images for people to play around with. He's very, very engaged, and so he's like the Energizer bunny. He just keeps going and going. He's nonstop, if you're familiar with that. Then they talk about what the next social stretch, the stretch goal will be for the unlock goal, and that's another summoner, this Pyro summoner, and as well as this Moloch summoner. And this Moloch summoner is right up my alley as far as gameplay and whatnot. So it's incredible. So it looks like actually they just so looks like that they're getting this card. Hopefully this card will be part of that stretch goal set, and so you can increase your limits on that stretch goal set. And so that's what I'm going to do, but you do whatever you want to do. Kickstarter, I'll just go back on that concept. It's not a store. It's a venture. There's risk in everything, right? I'm not making any kind of financial recommendations or anything like that. That's just what we're doing. That's what Tank and I are doing. We're heavily supportive of what we've seen over the past month of how engaged Francois is in this community, and he's going to be showing how he creates the cards. He's doing interviews now as things are definitely starting to pick up steam, creating more channels to represent different demographic groups and maybe speak different languages and whatnot. So it's a very welcoming community, and we try to police it up to make sure there's not a lot of trolls or toxic type environment that's coming through there. And that's just us as within the guild. So other than that, one other thing I was going to talk about was, let's see here, some useful information on this Discord page. So they've got useful links here that can get you to some of the more common information, like people ask about, like what's the rarity of the cards, or where can I go and print out the demo decks to be able to play, because you can play for free demo decks. If you print and play those, you can play for free on Tabletop Simulator. You can also, there are cards that are currently out there. One of the things that you may not be aware of if you're new to Rise is that for the last 6 months to a year, it's been a prototyping campaign of cards, and they used Patreon to do that. And so there are Patreon cards out there if you want to see the evolution of those cards. We're going to do another video in the future. I've got some special guests that have been around almost from the beginning with the Patreon campaign that can talk about how that all went down. But everybody that I've talked to that's been associated with it from the beginning has been very pleasantly surprised with how Francois will deliver on what he promises, and then he always seems to give more. And so that's just a good feeling being a part of that. What else do I want to talk about there? Okay, so last thing is, if you're interested to get free cards, a lot of times in this giveaway section here, they're giving out free cards, and so they're giving out these lenticulars. I've seen them give out. They've been giving out packs. They do a lot of freebie stuff to basically, and it's, you just come in and you click on giveaway, and then within 24 hours usually they'll communicate with you and let you know that you've won. And so this is just a way to try to promote the product, to let people see what's inside. They've got videos of them opening packs. If you go out on Whatnot, a lot of folks are already selling some of the marketing material or stuff from Patreon, so you can see it that way. It's out on eBay. I'm not trying to necessarily talk about the secondary market here, but if you're just wanting to see what the cards look like, you can see that. And I've seen on other YouTube channels for more folks who know what they're doing, not like me. They do a really good job of videoing the cards as they open the packs and things like that. So stay tuned in the future. Like, subscribe, follow us if you can. We really appreciate the support. We're going to be getting into a kind of a standardized format in the future of a little bit of banter between me and Tank or a guest, and then rolling into a gameplay, trying to get that down to 20 to 30 minute gameplay, some news, and maybe some product, either demonstration showing you what it looks like or review, things like that. And then we're going to then follow up with more kind of updates on what's happening, either whether it's with the campaign or as Rise develops. So everybody have a great day. Get out there if you're already part of the Rise community and help build that guild. We're looking to start building up both virtual communities online to be playing, maybe like call it Summoner Saturday or something like that, some leagues and things. We're trying to build that out, flesh out all the rules, and get people excited about it, as well as start kind of mapping out where the Rise communities are geographically out there, so that if you come to a new place, you're able to find friends effectively to go and actually play the card game as it starts to go into fulfillment next year. Okay? Get out there, build a guild.